Hi, everybody. How are you? Good evening. It's nice to be here tonight. It's Wednesday evening, and we're going to really just have a short night tonight. I'm not going to take up so much time just talking and talking. I do a lot of talking all the time, and I really just want to bring us in tonight and have us relax. But there are a few reasons why. But just if I can allow myself a few moments to talk, I do want to let you know that tonight is the 42nd broadcast for our site, and if you go to the Institute of Celestial.Learning.com and go into the archive section, there are over 40 videos that are there for you absolutely free. Tonight we're going to be doing a meditation, and we're going to do a technique in the meditation. I'll explain a little bit more about that before we do it. Excuse me, let me just get comfortable. And this technique that we're going to do tonight, I go into detail and explain in the series. That would be broadcast 22. I think it's in the October archive on the site. So you're more than welcome to go back there after tonight and look at this and watch the videos. You know, I always suggest starting from number 1 on the site. But definitely take a look at it. But I will explain it tonight enough for you to be able to do the technique if you want. And I want to explain a few things about it. But before I do that, before we meditate and stuff, I just wanted to take about 5 minutes just to kind of talk about something. This past Sunday, I did a broadcast, and you know, I really kind of pinpointed and put my finger on specific things that are going on within spirituality lately. And I kind of really wanted to continue on to that for a second without being heated and without being kind of frustrated and annoyed about it. And, you know, the word has come up a couple of times this week, myself thinking about it, and I've seen it a few other places. And the word brainwashed came up. And, you know, if you really think about it, and I don't mean this in any insulting way to anyone, but if you really think about it, every single one of us is brainwashed. You know, when we are born and we're put into school and society, we are conditioned. And that's the word we choose to use. Oh, well, it's just conditioning. We're conditioned to be this way, and we're conditioned to think that way, and we're conditioned to react that way. Well, that's brainwashing. We were conditioned to be certain ways. We had our minds altered by the way society is structured, by the way government is, by the way school is, all of these things. But what happens is we get influenced growing up. We get influenced by the groups of people we associate with. We get influenced by the music we listen to, by the TV shows we listen to. And these things are also altering our perception. They're altering the way we look at the world, and they're altering things. And they really are diverting every single thing we interact with, see, hear, and touch and taste every single day, is pulling us further away from that essence inside of us, right? So I started to really think about this week, real brainwashing, how we used to see in the movies, people are strapped in chairs and they're reconditioned to think of a certain way. But we've really since birth and this long drawn out process are continuously brainwashed. We exist in a state of society and entertainment that is continuously influencing the way we think, influencing what we want to buy, what we want to wear, who we want to date, what movies we like, what entertainment we like, what spiritual teaching or what metaphysical belief this week is the new trend. And we dive into these things head friggin' first. And, I kind of got really annoyed this past Sunday when I talked about the psychedelic movement. There's all of a sudden a very big rise in the psychedelic movement. Ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms, and things like that. And, everyone now is talking about how, it connects you with this, and it opens up this, and it shows you love. And, whether this is true or not, I have a few things to say. The first thing I could say is, how well did all of this work out for the 60s and 70s? Not too well, because they tried to do exactly this. They used these types of substances to open up their mind and bring peace and stop war and all these things, and it didn't work out too well in the 60s and 70s. And we have people doing it now. We have young kids being influenced by social media, something that wasn't around back then. This stuff spreads like wildfire. And you have people going out there and talking about hundreds of ayahuasca trips and dozens of ayahuasca journeys and mushrooms and acid and all these things would unlock the knowing, and you could do all these journeys and these sessions, and this is the way. And I'm telling you this right now. If you have to do dozens or hundreds of any type of a journey like that, whether it's acid, mushrooms, ayahuasca, DMT, if you have to do dozens and hundreds, you are either on the wrong path for yourself, or you are nowhere near ready for the truth, and that's why you're not receiving it, and you need to stop. Now, I could tell you this, that right now, if you are not ready for as good as these things can be, they can be just as damaging. If you are not ready to do one of these things, and the things that you could face, the things that could be manifested, that could have no relevance in your life, that can pop up. I could tell you from personal experience as a young, doing like things like acid or mushrooms and stuff at a younger age, you could be having a great time, and somebody could say something to you that just triggers some weird feeling or emotion with you, and your trip can absolutely go bad and dark. And now, I don't know if many of you have read my book, The Book of New Light. I talk about an experience in that book. When I was 16, 17 years old, I did something with 3 friends. I ingested something. It instantly took me out of here. I described where I was in the room, what happened, and hand to God, about 2 months ago, my book is just over a year old. About 2 months ago, my son, older son, got a virtual reality headset, and he goes, "You've got to see something, man." And he puts it on my head, and it puts it on, and I am in the exact same type of infinite space, the same shapes on the floor and ceiling that I saw when I was 16 years old. And there's a figure in this system that looks so much like a person that was represented in it. So you should read the book and check it out. So anyway, my point in all this is, if you do these substances and you're not ready for them, they can show you things that your conscious mind is not anywhere near ready to comprehend. Now, like I said, I tried these substances when I was younger. I did mushrooms in my 20s and in my 30s. In my 40s, I didn't do anything. And then recently I got to try ayahuasca twice, and then I got to try a DMT, 5-MeO DMT, and that just unlocked and put everything together for me. But I'm going to be 51 years old next week. February 12th, I'm going to be 51 years old. So my journey, the joy, the pain, everything I've experienced in my life has all led me to this point to be the person I am. But brainwashing, I can tell you right now that, in the last 10 years, I've stepped away from the news more, music. I was never a radio guy, never really listened to the radio. The music, I always played. I'm a musician. I always wanted to play original stuff in original bands. I wasn't big on playing cover tunes, and I did, but I was never one of the guys who listened to lyrics. I couldn't tell you the lyrics to half the songs that I enjoy. I love movies, huge influence, right? Movies can influence us greatly. Commercials, music, all of these things. And now social media, aside from our friends and our family and school and government and all these things, social media is incredibly influencing from politics to religions to science to spirituality, all these things. And if you're like me, I considered Instagram to be sort of a safe haven. Facebook is done. Twitter is useless. Tweeting is it's just so silly. Twitter, Facebook was good when it came out. It's just a glorified version of MySpace, and it's kind of stupid now. But Instagram is owned by Facebook. We know that. And Instagram even now has become just such a spiritually diluted portal, because you really have to be so careful what pages you're following and who you're following. And I would honestly really suggest to you, just get out there and follow the biggest names in spirituality, from Deepak Chopra to the Dalai Lama to if you want to celebrities who are into these types of things, Oprah Winfrey, things like that. Really follow specific people. Don't just follow any old page. Don't follow a page just because it has a spiritual name and it can copy and paste a Ram Dass or a Muji quote or a Buddha quote. These don't make anything spiritual. And in between all of this diversity and stuff, you are being diverted to buy certain products and believe certain products have a value, or believe certain things you can ingest right now are going to unlock all of the answers in the universe to you. And they may or they may not. And we've become so now conditioned to constantly have this need. And here's the key before we do our meditation. No one, not one person, ever in the history of people existing on any planet, right? No prophet, no Messiah, no one has ever been born that has had all of the answers to the universe inscribed on their body. Regardless of ancient teachings, ancient texts, Sumerian, Anunnaki, I have read and looked into all of these things, regardless of this ancient medicine and this culture and this shaman and this teaching and this and this and this, regardless of all things, nobody, no one, not even Einstein, not even the Pope, not even the Dalai Lama, no one can tell you for sure that this is the right way, this is the right way, this is the right way, and this is the right way. We were all born with this absolute blank slate of awareness. Just eyes breathing. I don't even know if you know this. This is honestly science fact. A baby is born at 9 months. A baby should technically be in gestation in the mother until almost 2 years old. It's like 18 months to 24 months. But the human body cannot hold the baby that long, so a mother gives birth after 9 months, which means that's almost a year now outside of the mother that baby is still supposed to be protected as if it was inside. And nobody does that. Right? So, we're even reconditioned before we're even supposed to be exposed to the world. But we're this blank slate of awareness, and we have had every single aspect of how to choose your favorite color, what this smells like, tastes like, what your name is, this number, your education, your spiritual beliefs, every single thing has been placed out carefully before you. To the fact where you actually think, well, no, I get to choose this, this, and this. But think about that. You only get to choose within the boundaries and existence of society. One of my favorite little quotes that I kind of came up with one day is somebody was like, well, we have free will. And I was like, yeah, you have free will within a maze. We're all within this maze, this endless maze, thinking we have free will, running around. Oh, I can do this and do this. And we're just being carefully navigated to wake up in the morning, get out there, make money, buy groceries, pay bill, do this with my kids, watch this show, go to sleep. Wake up, make breakfast, do this, go to work, do this. Oh, look at this. I can take yoga. Oh, great. I feel great. I'm spiritual. Oh, I gave up meat. I feel great. Look at this. I'm doing this. And we start incorporating these things to make ourselves feel better. More and more and more and more on top of it. Regardless if some of these things or all these things are beneficial, they're serving one person, one purpose, the external existence. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are not a human being on a spiritual path. You are a spiritual being experiencing the human existence. You are a spiritual being experiencing the human existence. This, that, and all of this crap is not who you are. Nothing you've ever been told in your life is what you think you are. So sure, we can now take on things and find things that resonate positively with us. Listen carefully. We can do things, interact with things, and experience things that we find resonate positively with us. But what us are we gauging those experiences by? That ego mind, that person trying to find that spiritual path, when you already are the spiritual being. There's no spiritual path. Just let go of the concept of searching for one and feel it within, and you're experiencing and living it. Understand? There's nothing out there. There's no right teaching, no right religion, no right practice, no right session, no right cleansing, no right reading, no right energy healing, no right plant medicine. If I hear that word abused again, plant medicine. People are just really twisting and just creating new trends to find ways to make money off of you and to divert you from going within, because as you'll feel tonight, when we meditate and we go within, the us that we perceive we are, believe we are, experience every day, that reflection in the mirror that we try to please, that ego that we try to feed, that need of want that we believe exists, is non-existent. We have been told through religion, through science, that this is a created existence. Somehow, scientifically, it just happened, or spiritually, it was created, right? Whatever you choose to believe, it's created. There's no lie right there. You exist in a created reality. The delusion is that we think some mystical man with a beard or some graceful woman in a flowing white robe sat down and made soup one day, and here we are. And that's not what happened. Okay, so we're not going to get into the technology and the existence of what we are. I'll save that for Sunday. But what I do want to talk about is the aspect of we are not any of this. We keep hearing we're all of this and all of this and all of us. We are just an awareness, an energy, no sight, no sound. Where we come from is a place before light and language existed. The nothingness, the pure absence of everything in all of existence is what became aware and had to evolve for this to exist. So our true self, that dreamless sleep, that you wake up asleep for 9 hours and you were nowhere, nothing, you don't remember anything. The true state of our existence. If you want to fold into that and feel it inside, you can. You can connect to your truth. Now, when we do the technique, the mind's eye meditation technique, you see within the first few seconds a fractal pattern. And this is what I try to explain to every single person. Right now, you could be in India, Australia, New York, Connecticut, China, Japan, I'm all over the place. I said I want to speak to everybody all over the world, right? So all over the place. Every single person experiences this black and white type of a checkerboard pattern that kind of streams towards you in your mind's eye, okay? Every single person. I'm sorry, I can't read all the writing on the screen. It's too small. I don't look at it right. So every single person experiences this, and it's very similar to what you would refer to as a digital stream, a digital signal, a digital frequency. And this is a very dimmed, dulled down version of a fractal pattern. The fractal pattern is, in the simplest way I can explain it in a very short Instagram broadcast, the fractal pattern is every single thing we see and experience. Okay? Give me some good words. Bear with me a second. If you can just imagine and understand and accept and embrace the truth that you are just a consciousness, just awareness, a state of awareness that is stationary. Imagine that for a moment. You are just a stationary piece of awareness. No body, no nothing. The fractal system in front of you, on your sides, on the bottom, above and below, is something that is moving all around. It is experience all of reality unfolding in front of you, and it travels through you from above, from below, from behind, on your sides. It's constantly just traveling. Your conscious mind, this awareness, just interacts with this entire fractal system. So as you're driving down the street and you're looking at the road winding in front of you and you feel like you're behind the steering wheel, it's like the most insane version of virtual reality that doesn't even exist. Your awareness is just perceiving all this because of the way this is unfolding. So when we do this meditation technique, you see this fractal pattern that's basically your conscious mind here in the reality falling back through the fractal system, and we enter into the void. When you're in the void, it's just, I won't say it's just black, it's just absence of light, because it's not. It's got that almost blackboard, that kind of slate, that dark slate kind of texture to it. You can see it's made up of gazillions of like pixels, photons, and there's depth to it. There's no face, no body, no nothing. And when we're in this state, we usually release our hands from our eyes and just stay in there silently, and you will see things that will appear before you. I won't say if this is new to you, but divine experiences, things that I've had people contact me and go, man, the things I experience in your meditation technique, I have only been able to experience by doing ayahuasca, acid, DMT, and things like that. So this is a natural way to connect to your pineal gland, resonate those crystals, let all those chemicals release, let the natural DMT and whatever else needs to be released inside your body, so you and nothing else from the outside world can connect with your true higher awareness and the source, God, your divine being that you believe in. Every single thing you need, every single thing that you need to connect to your higher awareness, you already are. Every single thing you need to talk and communicate with God, you already are and have. You've just got to believe it, let go of this, and fall into it. And I promise you, you keep doing this and keep believing it, and you'll realize the only thing you've ever needed in your entire life was just to believe in yourself and have faith in yourself, because that's the one thing we've been diverted from since childhood, is not to have faith in ourselves, but to have faith in something and someone else. And that was the biggest diversion in your entire life. So have faith in yourself, believe in yourself. It's not easy, it's not hard. I'm not going to overload you with positivity, because excessive positive nature can be just as toxic as somebody who's negative. We live in a real world. When somebody tells you, oh, I don't see the horrors in the world, everything is beautiful, my world is peaches and cream, well, they're either avoiding the reality of what's going on with it. And the best is, I love when people of this spiritual nature say, you are experiencing what you're creating in your reality. Your reality is what you see. Well, I'm not the one who's continuously having starving children in the world. I'm not the one who's supporting governments to go over and kill and murder people and take over lands. I'm not the one who's keeping technology suppressed from people. I see a world where that stuff doesn't exist. So I don't know what they're talking about. But that's what I mean. Everything is inside. It's always inside, and I ask you not to second guess your higher awareness. That voice that's always been with you, that one that's truly guided you, the one that you fought with and argued with and always wanted to do the other thing away from, that real true voice of reason in there, that's the one you listen to, okay? So, for those of you who do not know the Mind's Eye meditation technique, you can go to my site, go to Broadcast 22, and go on from there. I started introducing it and doing it there. Basically, when you were a child, you used to rest your hands on your eyes. When you did this, you saw natural colors appearing and fireworks and all sorts of things that you don't even realize you were experiencing, and so many things you could have experienced. But you were told as a child, don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself, your eyes are going to stay in that position, you're going to hurt yourself, and you stop doing it. Well, those colors were created by those little crystals in your pineal gland and all those areas of your brain that have become inactive because of the reconditioning and the diet and the fluoride and all these things that you've stopped doing. Excellent, right? So what we do for the easiest way is you have these nice little cushy pads on your thumbs here. When we're meditating, we're sitting quietly. At some point, I will tell you to rest your eyes into the pads of your thumbs. You can simply put your head down and support your head up with your hands, just like this. I know it looks ridiculous, but I'm not embarrassed. It makes no difference, right? We support ourselves like this. You can lift your legs. You can do this if you want. Anything that's comfortable. See, I instantly start seeing the fractal pattern. So let me not do it yet. And I may tonight, just because I'm going to be talking and guiding you, and it's easier for me, I may just kind of just do it like this with my fingers on my eyes, which you can do too. But I truly suggest for you to just rest on the pads of your thumbs, okay? I technically don't even really need to do it because I can see it without doing it, just by manipulating the pressure of my eyes with my eyelids. Now, as far as breathing and body position for this meditation, I'm not going to tell you to do anything with your tongue. Makes no sense to me. As far as your body, definitely want to keep your spine, okay? You want to keep your spine in a nice, comfortable position. And if you arch yourself back, if you curve your spine just back, and then relax your shoulders down, not forward, not back. So we have an arch to our spine. We're slightly looking up. If I just rest my shoulders down and let my butt and my hips roll back and shoulders down, and I tilt my head forward, this is a good position, right? For now. Nice posture. You can, while we are meditating, relax your head down and really let yourself go. And then when I say, as I said, rest your eyes into your hands. Do it comfortably. When you're doing this, you're applying pressure to your eyes. I always say if you have contacts on, I would take them off. Although my son has done it with contacts on, no problem. Obviously, you cannot do it with glasses on. Cannot do it with glasses on. I do personally, and most people, I've been doing this for a while, will apply a slight bit of pressure to the eye rather than just letting the weight of my head sit in my hands and supporting it. I do sometimes push back. What you're doing is you're just creating a slight buildup of the pressure of the blood in the visual cortex. It travels back. We know the visual cortex is connected to the pituitary and the pineal gland. It's giving it a a good influx of oxygenated blood, and it's ringing all those bells inside, and it's waking things up. And you will see the fractal pattern. You will start to see sacred geometry, mandala, and all of these shapes. And when you let go, you can have angelic visits and all sorts of things. Now, the most important thing always is to set your intention. And I'm setting the intention for us tonight. We're going to do a 5 to 10 minute meditation. Could turn out to be 15 minutes. Sometimes I kind of just fall in and go a little deep, but that's okay. And my intention tonight, let me just hold on. We all should calm down a little bit in our lives. We can all want less. We can all buy less. And we can also understand that we feel like and realize we don't need half the things we have. We can need less. We can start to be more by going within and teaching our children and being that example in front of our friends and family. And tonight, for that intention, I truly want people, as they do their meditation, as they feel us, to truly feel their self, the ego, the identity, the name, that person they've associated with, just to be something that's off in the distance, and let them feel that true resonating being, that beauty, that calm feeling without the worry and without the stress. No fear, no anxiety, just truly being that state of awareness that we truly are. So if you can close your eyes with me right now, just close your eyes. And as I said, just get comfortable, move your body, wiggle your body, roll your shoulders, get comfortable. Clear your airways. I had some gluten the other day. I'm a little congested. I always slip up with the gluten. So just breathe and relax, okay? And just think of what I'm saying right now. As you're sitting here right now, even with your eyes closed, just looking at this dark gray screen in front of you, realize you're not looking at just the back of your eyes. Your mind is actually showing you an image. It's an image that's without light. There's no sound in here, but it does have depth. You can see trillions of little dots that hold this entire image together. And if you move your head around just a little, it's everywhere. So as you sit here and breathe, I want you to feel your body, your shoulders, your cheeks, your legs, your feet, your hands resting on your lap, your head, your scalp. Feel every single part of your body. Scan it with your mind right now. Sense every bit of your body. That outline of energy that makes who you are is what anchors you to this world right now. You have nothing to fear. You are always a part of this world. If we can sit inside this sphere of energy, this protective energy that we call our body, we can let our mind sink away. Just let it fall away. Realize what I said. Every aspect of your life, your name, your thoughts, your identity, what you like, everything has been shown to you and handed in front of you. Always, always, always believing it was a choice. You can let that go. You can let your name go. Literally, visually see your name just fall away. All of the people we love, we hold love inside of us. Nothing outside of us defines love. Love is something we have inside. You can see your friends, your family, your children. Let their faces just fade away into this abyss. Stay in here with me for a moment. Let your heart settle. Let your mind simmer and just enjoy this quiet, this place with no noise, no sight, no sound, no thoughts. There's no body. There's just an energy around us. Hold this position. Raise your hands up to your eyes and rest your eyes into the pads of your thumbs and apply slight pressure. Let everything around you fall away. You can always feel that anchor to your world. You are always there. As easy as opening your eyes in your home so you can let go. Fall through the pattern. See the photon colors. Let everything open up and just stay inside here with the pressure on your eyes just for a few moments. Keeping your eyes closed, release your hands and sit comfortably. Stay inside the silence. No name, no thought. Slowly bring your hands back up and rest your eyes again into the palms of your hands. Keeping your eyes closed, sit comfortably. Place your hands in your lap. Start to bring awareness to your breath. Breathing in, resting, and exhaling. Breathing in, resting, and exhaling. In, exhale. Breathe in, and exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, lift your back straight. Bring your neck and head to a good straight position. Roll your shoulders back. Deep breath in. And out. Eyes still closed. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. Hold. release. You can slowly open your eyes. Excellent. Now, for those of you who want to try this at home when you're doing it, I a lot of times do this when I'm laying on my back because it's very comfortable in that way to be laying on your back doing this. Another way that's really comfortable to do this is laying on your stomach with just your hands on your eyes. It's absolutely one of the best ways to do it and real comfortable. And that's the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to be sitting in any specific position. You don't have to be doing anything specifically with your breathing technique. This is a natural ability that you have within you, a way to disconnect the camera from the vessel, right? That's all it is. Disconnect the camera from the vessel and see with your higher awareness. Truly see with that sightless, soundless existence that we are. And I promise you, from everything from Jesus to extraterrestrials to astral travel to other planets, other dimensions, wormholes, portals, relatives, I have experienced things in here that I can write books about and nobody would believe it. And it's all true. No delusion, no influences. And I do want to say this, and I probably shouldn't, but for those of you who may get the opportunity at some point to experience one of those things, if you plan to, ayahuasca, DMT, mushrooms, if you do this technique, when you're doing those, you will have absolutely an experience beyond comprehension. Yep. When you shut off the exterior world, when you activate your pineal gland, when you are on a psychedelic, forget about it. It is just incredible. So I don't say this to advocate anything like that, but I'm just telling you in my experience and the small circle that I've experienced this with, it's been absolutely incredible. So again, no specific breathing technique. You could do this in the shower. You can do this in your car. You can do this at your office. Anytime during the day that you want to disconnect from our reality, you have that ability to just shut off, go within, go through the fractal pattern, enter into that void, and just become one within one. You truly do, because you are the one within one. I'm sorry. All of these messages on the screen, I wear reading glasses. I can't see them. But a couple of things before we go. First, a drink of water. Excuse me. Even since my Drumeo days, I hate drinking on camera. A couple of things. If you have something that you'd like to talk about, if there's something that you'd like me to discuss, channel when we're doing one of these conversations, please contact me. Private message me on Instagram. You can contact me through the site, but right here through Instagram is just as good. And also, you know, I'm not a new kid on the block. I used to host a show, Sunday Coffee. I was a Drumeo life coach for almost 5 years, every single Saturday, broadcasting out to hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. I've done clinics. I've hosted VIP sessions at my home, on my property. And if you own a yoga studio, go to a yoga studio, a church, a library, a meditation clinic, a bookstore, a cafe, a Walmart parking lot, anywhere and anywhere, any place. If you would like somebody to come in who will absolutely talk about mindfulness, healing our past, forgiveness, and take them on a guided meditation and give your friends, followers, supporters, and colleagues one of the most incredible experiences they've ever had in their life, please contact me, because I will get on a plane, car, bus, and I will be right there, and I will be honored to do this. So reach out Tell your yoga studio you got to have them come or I'm going to quit. Tell your church, your library, all these things. It's up to you, and I will absolutely love, no matter where you are in the world, I will come. I will absolutely come no matter where you are in the world. Everyone, my voice is done. It's about 10:30, I don't know. 2 kids, 3 dogs, 2 tortoises, a ferret. It's a lot of, hey, stop that, do all this all day long. Right now I'm going to go chill out, relax, have a beautiful evening. I hope tonight felt good. And again, I look forward to hearing from you. Take care, everybody. Have a beautiful night. Take care.